One-on-one, what's going on, yo? So this is a subject that probably a lot of you already know, and it's something that we're not going to get away from for probably a while. Damar Hamlin's injury. Now, of course, this has crazy, this was in crazy game that we were looking forward to. Bills versus the Bengals. This is like an AFC Championship kind of way because they both beat the Chiefs coming in to Week 17. But it was 7-3, 5 minutes and 58 seconds left on the clock, and Damar Hamlin drops and collapses on the field. Now, I'm gonna let you know the timeline of how I figured this out. I'm also gonna let you later when later what I think happened to him, and later what's possibly going to happen to the Bills in the Bengals game. But first, let me tell you the timeline for everything, that how I figured out how this happened. So of course, we're just going to the game anticipating a great game because it's like an AFC Championship. They both beat the Chiefs coming in, and basically high playoff implications are on the line. Also, Josh Allen for my fantasy team, but I turn on the TV, I look, and I see Cole Beasley drop the ball, which I was pretty bad at the time, okay? And then I turn off the TV because I had to go do something in the kitchen. And then later, I see that there's game suspended. I'm like, what the heck? Then I figure out it was an injury by Damar Hamlin, which was crazy. And personally, it was weird because usually a lot of injuries that happen in the NFL, they usually keep on going with the game. Dak Prescott and a lot of other injuries that happen, they just keep going with the game. But this one was different. But it was weird because he almost died on the field. That's why they stopped the game, which I'm glad they did. And Damar Hamlin is not not a top nose safety, but he is today and yesterday. It was crazy. I mean, nobody knew this guy. If they did, barely knew this guy, and it was insane. I mean, it was not good to watch him go down like that. I'm gonna show it one time, but that's it. I'm gonna show it one time here, and I'm gonna tell you what I think what happened. So what I think what happened is that when he tackled the guy, the shoulder pad when T. Higgins' shoulder pad hit his chest, which is if you might not see it in real time or in this time, but you see when he tackles him, it looks like a routine tackle. It looks like he's just tackling like a normal person tackling a guy, right? Well, the shoulder pad hit his chest, which in my view, it kind of took the wind out of him, if you know what I mean. Like, if you watch Cobra Kai, Kenny punched Hawk, and then he took the wind out. It was kind of like that, but worse. It was at his chest. Now, in his chest, obviously your heart is there. So, I'm assuming that his breath got literally taken out of him, but he couldn't, because his lungs and his heart is right there. So, and he couldn't breathe because once you get up, he took his mouthpiece out of his mouth, right? He got up and then he just fell. The reason why, well, my theory or logically reason behind this is that he's rapidly breathing, because all these players are almost rapidly breathing because they're running on the field. And then after you tackle him, you obviously are rapidly breathing and feeling great about yourself because you tackle the guy. Then he's rapidly breathing, but the thing he doesn't know, he got hit in his chest. And he felt, I guess he was fine. Then he stood up, then he fell. The reason why is because he had loss of breathing. And he had to get CPR. And he had to get intubation. And that was not good. I didn't even know what that word meant until last night, literally. But that was not a good time, not at all. And the fact that, honestly, I do think the commentators are exaggerating just a little bit. Don't hate me for this, but I think they're exaggerating just a little bit because people have been hit and falling out on the field before. I mean, look at Devontae Adams hit, and then that Seahawks, he's retired. I forgot his name. He got hit when going against the Cowboys, and this has happened before. You almost dying on the field. I mean, literally, there's a whole video montage about people who almost died literally on the field. I'm not even joking. And I think they're exaggerating just a little bit because they're saying this never happened. Oh my gosh, this never happened before. But this has obviously happened before in a couple games. I mean, football is a deadly sport. It was deadlier way back in the past. So, I mean, yeah, there's going to be injuries, but this one is serious because it may be like the first or second time somebody died on the field. Now, since we have more information that's going on, we found out that he had a cardiac arrest, and of course, so here you can see that it's a loss of breathing consciousness, and it's not something this needs to be checked right away, which I guess makes sense why they took a long time to get the information out. But still, if you knew he had a cardiac arrest in the first place, I think you should let everybody know. And then, and this was insane. Everybody was like distraught, maybe not in the crowd as much, but it affected a lot of players on the field because they probably had a close relationship with this guy and with Damar. And the fact that it's just a lot to put into words. So we know now he had a cardiac arrest. He's still alive, thankfully, but he is in critical condition. Now that does mean he can die in any time soon. I'm not saying he will. I pray to God he stays alive, but that doesn't mean he's gonna stay alive. For during the remainder of his injury. Now, next, this is gonna be a problem that's gonna pop up, obviously, and it's a problem that's gonna pop up, obviously, and people do care about what's gonna happen with the game. Now, let's talk about that. The Bills and the Bengals game. This probably going to be played either tonight or tomorrow night. Obviously, probably tomorrow night, I'm assuming, because they have 2 days to get ready and to get over this, but I'm not saying they will get over that amount of time. I'm just saying they do have enough time to do that. And they could do it because it does replace, because Amazon Prime did have their last Thursday night last week, Cowboys and the Titans. The Cowboys obviously won. So with that being said, it could be played tomorrow night, possibly. I'm not saying it will be, but it has to be played in this week span. It's not going to go into Sunday or Monday unless those games get pushed because of this game. Now, that is it from what I'm talking about Damar Hamlin. I'm gonna have the other videos posted about the NFC East and my fantasy league. So those are both videos that I'm going to post out very soon after this video. But for now, this is going to be what's going on. And right now, we don't have any further information if he's going to leave the hospital or is he going to stay in there for the remainder. He's obviously not going to play for the rest of the season. That's a fact. But if he is playing for the rest of the season, it's going to be a surprise to me because this injury kind of is, if you play again, it puts you in a more chance of you getting another cardiac arrest because you already been through this once and you're going to think that you're going to go through it again. And then whatever you think almost comes to life, literally. We'll talk about more about that later, but I'm not expecting to see Damar Hamlin on the field again. As I said before, this is not good for the Bills right now, but I hope they can get over it, and I hope Damar Hamlin is safe and alive for right now. But that is it for today. God bless. Peace. I'll have these 2 other videos dropping out soon, and yeah, I'll see you guys later.